Do you think I care what anybody says? Do you think I want to interview anybody?
Yeah,
No,
you
I
wanna
don't
figure out-
interview
you wanna
anybody.
Kevin Durant is arguably the best player in the world, and Skip Bayless is arguably the loudest voice on sports in the world. The strangest part of this beef is the fact that Skip Bayless absolutely loves Kevin Durant and has literally been singing his praises since the year 2006 when Durant was playing basketball at Texas University. Bayless said that while other basketball analysts were saying that Durant was too skinny to be dominant in the NBA, Bayless was sure that Durant would be a multiple-time scoring champion. So why would Durant get upset at his biggest fan? The real start of this beef began all the way back in 2012, when Bayless was criticizing Oklahoma City Thunder superstar Russell Westbrook for taking too many shots, which was taking away shots that Kevin Durant should have been taking, since Kevin Durant is undeniably the better scorer. Since Durant and Westbrook were great friends at the time, and they were still an extremely young team with lots of potential, Durant went to Westbrook's defense, saying, "We're worse when I take more shots. Like I said, that guy doesn't know a thing. I don't think he watches us, I think he just looks at the stats. And traditionally, a point guard is not supposed to take more shots than everybody else on the team, but we're better when he does do that, and he's aggressive. And I'm better when I'm out there facilitating, rebounding, defending, and being more efficient on my shots with less shots." So as we can see from this statement, Durant is obviously coming to Westbrook's defense, and Durant is being pretty humble here, and he's really just taking a lot of shots at Bayless for what he said. But then a couple years after these statements, we can look back and we know what happened with the situation in Oklahoma City between Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, as Durant left the Thunder pretty much entirely because of Westbrook. That was the first part of the Bayless-Durant beef. Then later that year, there was actually more beef between the pair. The 2012 Summer Olympics were happening, and Kevin Durant and LeBron were both on Team USA. Skip Bayless is notoriously a LeBron James hater, and Kevin Durant lover, repeatedly saying that Durant is the better player of the two. Since LeBron and Durant were playing together on Team USA, and looked like they were becoming good friends, Bayless decided to tweet out, "Wake up, KD. LeBron is keeping his friends close and his enemy closer. You're letting him own you." This was a bit of a strange comment from Bayless, and this upset Durant probably because Bayless was portraying him as weak. So then Durant tweeted, "At RealSkipBayless, you brainwashing these people out here. They think since you're on ESPN, you know what you're talking about. Please, nobody owns me." For some reason, Durant later deleted the tweet, but I think you get the point. Bayless and Durant have been beefing for a while, despite Bayless's love for the superstar. So now, just recently, this beef has been sparked once again by a comment from Skip Bayless, pinning the two debatable best players in the world against each other. On December 14th, the Brooklyn Nets and Toronto Raptors were going to be playing against each other. Kevin Durant was listed as questionable because of ankle soreness. Then, with multiple players being taken off of the lineup because of COVID protocols, Durant then pushed through the ankle injury to play in the game, which actually may have saved the game from being canceled altogether because the Nets wouldn't have had enough players. Even though Durant had a hurt ankle, he had a monster game, getting a triple-double with 34 points, 11 assists, and 13 rebounds in 48 minutes of play, helping the Nets win by 2 points in overtime. After this miraculous performance, Bayless tweeted out, "The best player on the planet was at it again tonight in Brooklyn, going assassin in overtime for the COVID Rock Nets. Nothing like Kevin Durant. You watch, Braun?" This tweet was both praise for Durant and a shot at LeBron. And I guess Durant didn't like the hate towards LeBron, who I assume is his friend, so Durant simply tweeted out, "I really don't like you." This short comment by Durant lit up the internet because it was pretty hilarious to see the biggest Durant fan there probably is in the world to get roasted by the man himself. The next day, December 15th, on Skip Bayless' show Undisputed, he didn't even mention the tweet by Durant, but he did have a segment about how good Durant's performance was the night before. Bayless must have been trying to find a good angle to respond to Durant, because later that night he tweeted, "Kevin Durant is easily the best player on the planet. Can't wait to talk about him tomorrow on Undisputed. Have a good night, KD. The next day, December 16th, Bayless talked about the tweet, saying, "When I first heard of this yesterday, I laughed, and then I laughed some more, because Kevin Durant has tried to do this to me several times before, dating back to 2012. And this time, I'm sorry, Kevin, I'm not going to take your bait. I'm not going to fall into the trap you want me to fall into, because this is what you need and what you want." Bayless then proceeded to talk about how Kevin Durant needs to create a villain in his mind to play so well, and that the villain in Durant's mind is Skip Bayless. He also said that Durant's thought process of creating a villain in his mind is Jordan-esque. In that segment, Bayless continued to praise Durant the whole time, but also seemed to be taking shots at his off-the-court antics, calling his actions strange and weird. But to me, it also seemed like Bayless was hurt inside about his favorite NBA player not liking him. Finally, the most recent part of this beef was Durant's tweet a few hours after Bayless' segment, saying, "Knew I needed love, but I think I value the hate more." What do you think about the beef between Kevin Durant and Skip Bayless? Is Bayless in the wrong for criticizing LeBron while uplifting Durant? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, and remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel to show your support. Thanks for watching.